What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Spiritual Intellectual Show slash the Spiritual Intellectual 777 YouTube channel with your host that does the absolute most, Evan Youngblood Williams here. And in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is the Pampered Prince slash Princess and the Personality Types of the Day series. So before we kick off the second video in the series, make sure to go ahead and cop you some merch right now with the Spirituality Never Stop shirts by clicking the link in the description slash show notes below to go ahead and get yours today. And also, if you are brand spanking new to this channel slash podcast, make sure to go ahead and click the subscribe button and click that bell right next to it so you get notified every single Friday that we upload these videos on this YouTube channel at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. And also, if you're listening to the audio version exclusively, make sure to go ahead and click that star in the top right corner on Anchor to favor this podcast. Or if you're listening to any other platform, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button as well, and make sure to give this a rate and review so that we can go ahead and boost the podcast up in the algorithm so that we can go ahead and help more and more people, because that is the goal, is to serve. And so, let's get into the video. All right, so the first point that I want to discuss with you today is that they have this need to be taken care of by other people. And because of that, other people can easily control them. Because as you know, when most people give you something, or when they help you out, or when you take handouts from other people, you pretty much are their slave thing, right? And they feel as if that they can do whatever they want with you. And so this personality type has difficulties in, moving around in life on their own, because they simply have relied on other people. They simply rely on other people to take care of them their whole life, right? And you always know these types are always looking for a sugar mama or a sugar daddy to take care of them. And the tragic thing about that is that they never quite get out of that childish state of mind of always feeling like they need another person to take care of them. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with asking for help every once in a while, but if it's like a consistent thing to where you're constantly asking people to help you pay this bill and pay that bill and buy this and buy that, then you're in trouble, because you know people after a while are gonna see you more as a user or as a leech, because you're taking, but not giving anything back in return. And like I said in a previous video, if this sounds like you really need to dig deep and do some soul searching to figure out where this childish state of mind comes from. Because oftentimes, any dysfunctional patterns that we have within ourselves stems from some core issue or core issues that we've accumulated from our childhood all the way up to this point. So make sure you do your due diligence and do that deep soul work that you need to be doing so that you can go ahead and thrive in all areas of your life. And with that being said, let's move on to the next point. All right, so the second point that I want to discuss in this episode is that, their parents, spoiled them rotten when they were little children, and their parents have protected them from the intrusion of the outside world. And so, because some of these, because this personality type was spoiled rotten as a child, they have this attitude that the world owes them something and that they are entitled to the good life, right? Of making six figures, either working, a high paying job or running a thriving business, or that they deserve millions of dollars just because, or even as simple as the fact that they think that everybody should do their chores for them and that they don't have to go to work because they have like a minor injury or minor sickness, right? And that's the tragic part about that, is that when they go into adulthood, they can't handle themselves in the real world, and oftentimes, they go around numbing themselves with drugs, alcohol, pornography, you name it, simply because they can't handle the harsh realities of adulthood. And I'm not gonna lie, I had this personality type myself, which is why I wanted to cover this one in this series, either towards the beginning or towards the end, because my mom did spoil me in a sense when I was a little kid. And so subconsciously I thought that, you know, because I was who I was and I was spoiled the way that I was, that I deserve everything that the world has to offer, that I was entitled to a romantic relationship, that I was entitled to a friendship, I was entitled to six figures to $1 million, that I was entitled to all this stuff without having to show any real value or put in any real work. And this attitude even bled into my content creation ventures like I'm doing right now, obviously with the YouTube and the podcasting. I thought that I was entitled to have 1 million listeners or 1 million subscribers just because. But, I found out really, really quick that the world don't work like that. Like, if I want to have a big following and I want to have, a deep fan base, I'm going to have to put in that work in terms of, putting out quality videos and putting out, quality content overall to, incentivize people to subscribe and to pay for my services and to pay for my merch like I'm wearing right now. And, and it wasn't until my significant other has stepped into my life that, I broke free of that, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even be doing a teeny tiny smidget of what I'm doing now or have the mindset that I have now, because, she is an amazing, wonderful life coach and her guidance has helped me so, so, so much. And I'm thankful to God and the universe for sending her my way when they did, because if they didn't, oh my freaking God, man, I would not have what I have now. I would not have a license. I would not have these videos ideas that I have now. I would not be podcasting. I wouldn't be YouTubing. I wouldn't be selling merch, and I wouldn't have multiple sources of income. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a good woman or you have a good man in your life that's pushing you to be the best version of yourself, please, 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 please do everything in your power to hold on to them and to tell them thank you, because they did not have to help you. They didn't have to be in your life. They don't owe you a damn thing, just like you don't owe them a damn thing. So please express your gratitude to your partner if they have helped you in any way, shape, or form. Okay? You got to transcend that entitlement mentality. And so, with that being said, moving on to the very next point. All right, so another standout trait about this personality type is that they pretty much throw a fit whenever they don't get what they want, right? Because, like I said in the previous points, is that they've never transcended this, childish mindset of always expecting people to take care of them, you know? And anytime, somebody doesn't, you know, accept them their date offer, or they don't get any sex, or they don't get a raise or a promotion at work, they just start throwing a big old hissy fit. And then everybody's just looking at them crazy like, yo, like, are you freaking serious right now? Like, last time I checked, little children throw tantrums. And so basically, people with this personality type, they're just big old kids just walking around expecting everybody else to take care of their wants and needs without them having to take care of themselves. And so, if you notice that within yourself or the people around you that have this personality type, you really need to check them, and most of all check yourself, because quite frankly, you know we need to check ourselves the most, because we have this tendency to want to call out other people's flaws without ever looking at ourselves, right? And so you have to think about this, guys, that if you have this trait within yourself, you need to be brutally honest, right? Be brutally honest with yourself when you ask yourself this question. Am I spoiled? And before you just immediately say yes or no, really reevaluate your actions from your childhood up until this point and see if you've repeated this particular pattern of always expecting stuff from people, right? So, with that being said, let's move on to the next point. Guys, so the very last trait in this video episode before I wrap this up is that they will manipulate the people around them to get what they want, slash to pamper them, right? And it's a sad thing to watch most of these adults out here that are acting so entitled, right? And they feel like they have to resort to manipulation tactics in order to get what they want when you know alternatively, if they would just work on becoming a better version of themselves and actually focus on adding value to people's lives like any normal adult would, then they wouldn't have to manipulate everybody around them to get what they want, you know and it's a shame that these type of people want to manipulate other people around them, take care of them. And I mean, like, why would you want another whole grown person to take care of you as a grown person? Because you already know by now, since you lived enough life, that anything for free that somebody gives you is not really free because it always comes with some sort of price. Like, they're going to be asking you to, do things that you normally wouldn't do. They'll be asking you to, you know, take time out of your day to, help them out with something, which, it's there's nothing wrong with helping people, but there is a fine line between, helping a person and also, asking for help, but and also overly depending on another person and expecting them to give up their time immediately when you call them or text them and say, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. It's like, no, it don't work like that, man, because people have their own goals, they have their own dreams and their own ambitions. So simply put, if you have a dream, you have to put in that work just like everybody else had to. There is no handouts around here. You know what I mean? The world isn't going to hand you your dreams on the silver platter and say, hey, you know, here's your dreams right here. Just take them. Because simply put, the world doesn't owe you a damn thing. So while you're living in this world for this short period of time, you need to make sure that you leave the best legacy that you can leave. And the only way that you can do that is if you transcend this mindset that, other people have to pamper you, because other people, like I said, are going to get so annoyed and get so just they're just going to be done with you after a while, because they're going to see you for the leech that you actually are. And if you just got offended just now when I said that, you need to look at the man or the woman in the mirror and get brutally honest with yourself and really, really, really dig deep and get rid of this mentality. Ask tell the universe that you no longer want this mentality and that you surrender it for good, and you accept the fact that you need to take care of yourself. And yeah, it's going to be scary like it is for me. Like, for a long time, my mom took care of every single one of my needs up until this point. And then I realized, after the universe has given me numerous tower moments, that I need to wake the hell up and, pay attention to the signs and see that, anytime my mom buys me anything, it always comes with a price. And I'm just being vulnerable with you guys right now. I'm telling y'all, what goes on in my day-to-day life. You know what I'm saying? Because, looking back, just any time that she has bought me anything, whether it was asked for or I didn't ask for it, it always came with a price. And she wound up, and she just often feels like, I'm a little slave thing, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad that, my mom is the way she is, but, you know, I can't change her. Only person I can change is me, because she grew up spoiled. And so because she grew up spoiled, she started spoiling me. But the difference between me and her is that, you know, ever since I met my significant other, she has pointed out these dysfunctional patterns that I had within myself and that my mom has within herself to me. And then after a while, I just had to wake the hell up and say, damn, it's a damn shame, man. Because my mom is still, the epitome of the pampered prince of princess. Let me tell y'all a quick story. So I get off work, right? And as soon as I get home, my mom, drops me off, and no, I caught an Uber that day. Anyways, I get home, right? And then my mom is asking me to take the trash out. And I'm just sitting there like, you've been here all this time when I was working my 8-hour shift from about 6 in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you haven't taken a trash out. And I shit you not, she said this. You think I'm gonna take the trash out? I don't take trash out. Just basically having that pampered princess mindset, you know? And you probably thinking like, dude, why are you putting your mom on blast like that? Why are you putting all her business in the street? Like, I'm just telling you what I see on the day to day. Which is why in the previous video I said that I need all hands on deck. I need you guys to buy all the merch you can buy, to go ahead and share this video, share my videos, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast/YouTube channel, because I need to get up out of here, guys. I have a goal of moving up out of my mom's house and getting my own car. I need all hands on deck to make that possible. I come to you humbly and tell you that I need your help. I need all of y'all's help. Every single subscriber that's on my channel, every single viewer, you know, everybody that views this video clip on every social media platform, every single listener that's listening to the podcast version, help any way that you can. Make donations to the channel, buy some merch, man, because I need to get up out of here so that, I can truly, truly thrive and help take this content to the next level for you guys. Okay. So, with that being said, I am going to wrap up the video by saying thank you guys for going ahead and watching/listening to this episode. And if you've enjoyed what you watch/listen to, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button and click that bell right next to it so you get notified every single Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time that I upload these videos. And also, if you're listening to this on Anchor, make sure to go ahead and click the star in the top right corner to favorite this podcast, and make sure to go ahead and leave your voice messages to leave your feedback, on these episodes so far and what you think of them. And also, if you just want to stop by and say, hey, send words of encouragement, I allow that as well. So I'll link the link to send me voice messages in the show notes below. And also, make sure to go ahead and copy your Spirituality Never Stops shirts in the description below. The link is in the description and the show notes. So, go ahead and copy some merch right now. And also make sure to go ahead and follow my significant other on Instagram and Facebook. Links are in the description/show notes below. Make sure to go follow me on all my social media platforms. And the links to all my social media platforms are on my Linktree link. So go ahead and click that in the description/show notes below. Go follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all that good stuff. Go ahead and follow me on all those platforms. And last but not least, make sure to go ahead and smash the hell out of that like button so that we can go ahead and boost this up in the algorithm to let YouTube know that you guys do value this video. And also make sure to go ahead and share this video with anybody you believe needs to see this. All right? Peace in and out with the highest vibes, and I'll catch you guys next Friday.